Drone gone. Oh no. Hello! Sundays are not always the best of days, but when they're bad, they're like really, really bad. However, let's start from a little earlier. My name is Mark, I go by Booster, I'm an amateur photographer and really bad drone pilot. So at Christmas, which is also my birthday, my girlfriend organized a bunch of my friends into a drone fund so that they wouldn't have to worry about all the different presents that they're gonna get for me, and everyone would just get me something that I wanted and needed. It was a great success, and I ended up with a DJI Mavic Air, a black one, which I really liked. Fantastic drone. I used it to shoot an ad for my company. I'll put a link for that in the description below, as well as a bunch of other drone footage which I've still got to go back and edit and process, but that's all for another day. So everything was great. I had a brand new drone. Everything was awesome basically for a while. This is where the story starts to suck. A few days ago, I took my drone out on a Sunday. I flew it very high, I got the shot I was looking for, and as I was bringing it back down and kind of banking around, it somehow hit a tree. And well, I believe the technical term for it is fell and got lost. The terrain where the drone got lost was quite rough. It was all trees and bushes and cacti, high grass, lots of different gradients and walls. Worse still, it had been raining for about 2 or 3 days, so immediately I went into full-on panic mode because of the water on the ground and all of the dew, and I thought, oh no, the drone. Yeah, well, it was also very wet and slippery. I looked and looked, but I couldn't find the drone. I called my girlfriend, she came and helped me look for it, but even after about 3 hours of looking high and low for this drone, we just couldn't find it, and we were ready to abandon hope, basically. As we were just about giving up hope and basically saying, screw this, we're not gonna find it, just give up, let's go home and commiserate, I slipped, fell, and I banged my leg into a massive rock, basically. So here I am, drone can't be found, leg bleeding. What do? I drove to the health center, I got 5 stitches in my shin and a stern warning to stay put and rest, which I immediately ignored, and I drove back up to where I was to try and find the drone with my girlfriend and my brother and my brother-in-law, all of whom volunteered to help me. We looked for about another 2 hours until the light failed us, and it would basically have become just far too dangerous to keep looking in the dark, and at that point we just gave up. And that's the entirety of the story basically, except for the 4 crucial things that I've learned, which much more experienced drone pilots than myself will tell you are basics, basically. And I'm just gonna run through them very quickly. Number 1, don't fly if you're in a hurry. Flying in a hurry was my very first mistake. Like, I knew from the moment I got up in the morning, I didn't exactly have all the time I needed in order to drive up there, get set up properly, fly safely, take the shot, make sure that the shot is right, land and drive back down. But, well, I hurried everything up. I basically already wasn't feeling it, but I told myself I needed to do it, and I forced myself to go, and I did it. I was not quite in the right state of mind to do it because I felt hurried. Lesson number 2, don't fly alone. Lots of experienced drone pilots will tell you this, and they're 100% right. First off, if you're alone, you're gonna have to make a choice. Are you gonna follow the drone with your eyes and see where it's going, or are you gonna look down at your remote and your phone and basically see the drone's eye view of what it is you're shooting? You're gonna have to make that choice. Second, if you don't make this decision and switch between looking at the sky and the drone and looking at your control, and at the same time, if you keep moving around, you're just looking for an accident, basically. Because at some point, you will not have looked at your surroundings well enough, you may hit something, your foot might step off into the nothingness, and bam, now you're injured, and your drone is still flying there. It's really a stupid way to get injured, and you're going to feel stupid the moment it happens. I don't wish for that to happen to anyone. So the lesson here is always take a friend with you as a spotter. Plus, these things are always more fun if you have a friend with you. Third lesson, your dog does not count as not flying alone. So this is where I am particularly guilty, because I hadn't taken the dog out for a long off-the-leash run for a couple of days, and he was antsy, and I felt it was my duty to take my dog out. But I had to make a choice. It had to be either the drone or the dog. Basically what happened was I was distracted because I was always wondering, where's the dog, where is he going, what is he up to? A big part of my accident came down to me being distracted with where the dog is and what he's up to, as well as trying to follow the drone in the sky and on the remote. So the last thing I needed was another distraction, and that's exactly what I gave myself. Lesson number 4. On the first low battery warning, fly back immediately. This is what I'm guiltiest of, because I've always done this. So I've got my DJI, well, I had my DJI drone set to give me audible warnings when the battery reaches 30%, and I always flew back as soon as it started beeping. This time, I didn't do that. Why I didn't on Sunday? I don't know. I was in a hurry, I was distracted. I thought, come on, it's alright, even if it does run out and it forces itself to land and whatnot, it's gonna land right in front of me. It's not like it's all sea where it's gonna get super ruined if it happens. I mean, I'm gonna see it land. Well, that wasn't what happened. And who feels like an idiot now? So there you go. That's 4 things I've learned, wrapped up in an expensive, embarrassing lesson. I'll hopefully get another drone soon. I won't screw it up the way I've screwed up this one, although I'm sure I'll find another way. Thanks for watching, and if you've enjoyed this, good. I've got plenty more videos to come. Cheers!